Okay. So my name is Bratipah. I'm from Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, and yeah, I've been with Venture Miner for quite a while. I'm basically a Web3 developer, but mostly on the side of DevRel, whereby essentially we teach builders on how to get into Web3. We also teach them on how to write smart contracts and also to think about their ideas to a point of creating it to be a startup. So personally, I'm also a builder. Just because I teach people doesn't mean that I don't build. I build too. And yeah, I'm a second-time founder. I did a project before with a blockchain protocol called Stacknet, and for this, I'm trying to ensure that whatever I'm building can go to market. And we are definitely doing a proof of concept right now. And yeah, I tried to use vibe coding because essentially how it is in blockchain sector you have to write a lot of codes, and by the time you have to go to the market, you've done a lot. So for me, vibe coding is an aspect of being able to build fast and also prove the concept fast, and also learn if the market can accept that particular product according to the problems that they have. And essentially from there, now we move on to scaling and being able to reiterate on that particular solution and problem. I'm going to introduce to you LuckyMotors, and LuckyMotors essentially it's a lottery system whereby it is decentralized and transparent through a fair lottery system. So how Lucky Motors became a solution to a problem was through how the lottery market is in the system in Africa and also Latin America. So essentially, what happens in the lottery system is people do participate in the lottery, and then after a while, or after that person or after that ticket has been able to win, people then realize of that particular winner. But over time, people have been feeling that some lotteries companies like Lotto here in Kenya and also some betting companies, they are not being transparent, and they are also not accessible to people. Yeah, so the first problem being its lack of transparency. We've seen those traditional lottery system doing the particular winner selection. We've also seen the participants having no way of verifying the draws that have been done either monthly, weekly, or daily. We've also seen fraud and manipulation whereby it has eroded the public trust, and we've also seen high fees and cost, and even to the point of some people, if they are not included into a country that they have mobile money, they're not able to participate in these lottery systems. And also, at the end of the day, lotteries are meant to be only cash-based rewards. In as much as people love cash-based rewards, it has become more of a gambling behavior habit than also empowering this particular community. So for that, with Lucky Motors, we essentially are offering a very fair particular lottery platform whereby people can verify these particular draws that are happening. They can also see the particular tickets that have been winning. They can also be able to, at the end of a lottery, they can also be able to get an e-mobile motorcycle. So we decided to do e-mobile motorcycle because most of the African communities in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, also I think in Ghana, they mostly travel through motorcycles. And most of them, these motorcycles are really consuming a lot in terms of fuel. So we decided to, because also e-motorcycles is also gaining traction and it's also gaining popularity here in Kenya. We're also going to empower these particular people who are trying to understand why they need a motorcycle and not a fuel based motorcycle, because at the end of the day they are thinking it has a high price for you to get an e-motorcycle, and a fuel-based motorcycle has less. But in terms of sustainability of that motorcycle, the e-mobility has decreased price in maintenance and also in the profit margin. So that's why, and we are also using blockchain just to create the randomization of these tickets. And also when you, how it works is, so let me just take you through the site, is how it works is when you buy a ticket, you're able to get a 50% cashback of your reward. So a ticket, we are going to do daily tickets, whereby we have 1,000 tickets sold each day, and each time you buy a ticket, you're going to get 50% cashback, which that translates to, you get an LMET tokens. So we've already deployed the token in a blockchain, a protocol called LISC, which is a layer 2. And when you have that particular LMET token, is you can be able to buy more tickets. So this also increases your chance of being able to get a win out of that lottery. So you can just see the different bikes that are there for any daily, monthly, or weekly prizes. So as a user, you can see the particular tickets that you've been able to buy. You can also be able to see the amount of tokens that you've able to be accrued. And if also you want to trade this particular token with other tokens in the blockchain market, you can do that with the integration that we've done with the Uniswap V3 pool. So as a lottery, the owners they don't have I would say a power to see who's going to win, or also decide who's going to win. So essentially what they have is just analytics, that dashboard, which we are also using AI to ensure, because we are thinking of going big, and we're also thinking of having like 50,000 users by the end of like 6 months. So essentially the AI is meant to have the analytics being able to be seen, because it's going to be like a generating data for that. And most people who are also going to be an admin for a lottery based company, they're not going to be technically or really data expert people. So you can see the amount of tokens that have been able. So currently our token, we've marked it at a 1 million total supply. We can bump the token just to increase the demand, and people can also stake that particular token in secondary marketplaces. You can also see the users and the tickets and all the analytics that have been done. And also, if there's anything that has happened, you can pause that particular lottery. And if you don't proceed, it just goes on, and then it decides the amount of winning tickets that's been happening in that particular round of tickets. Yeah, so I think I'm mostly done. If you want to go check out the token, we've already deployed it on the list protocol, also the contract, just for on-chain transparency and all. Currently, we have 100 users in the waitlist. So we are doing this just for them to be able to get a view on what's happening. We also decided to do a web-based application, despite of most lottery systems being mobile, because people are already used to web-based application with other lottery companies like SportPesa, Betika, One Betika, Betway Africa. So essentially, we decided to remain on a website-based approach because of ease of also buying tickets, and also seeing the draws, and also being able to know which ticket has been won. Yeah, so essentially, that's LuckyMotors for you. We definitely don't have a lot of competitors in the cryptocurrency market, but for the fact that there's still the essence of regulation and everything with happening, that in Africa, most countries have not really regulated the crypto side, but we are looking to merge an aspect of the traditional markets, and also the e-mobility companies like Moja EV. We also have another company that is called Spyro. We are also looking to also test out this particular lottery, and ensure most of the middle income or low income population in Africa, especially starting out in Kenya, they can be able to get a motorbike, and they can also feed themselves off through the profit, and through also serving their customers through these e-mobiles. And at the end of the day, we are able to create a sustainable impact into the country, and also into the world through carbon credits offset, and also improving the footprint of the carbon market here in Africa. Yeah, so that's it on my end. If you have any questions, please free to ask me. Can't hear you, Peter. I think there's a problem.
I'm muted. Well, that's a good project. Thank you, Bratipah, for the presentation. We are already seeing the new generation of vibe coders. I'm going to up the judges here so they can shot their questions. Anyone that wants to go first, I'll make the same move as the other presentation. So I move you up and then I move you down as soon as you shot your question. Uh, I guess they are all here, right? Subra maybe not there. Subra is there. Thank you. And Vinov, I don't know if you are there, but I will add you either way. So I guess I have all of them. You can go now.
Take your muted, Donna.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for your presentation. I had no idea Africa has those kind of lottery problem. So it's good to know the market has those kind of problems. So um, I am not really like into Africa like market. So I am not really confident to talk about go-to-market strategy. So I'm gonna have several questions to get to know more about like understanding more about your product. Um, how will you onboard everyday lottery players who may have like little to no crypto or experience with like digital wallet? Like those kind of people are like not really familiar with those. Like how do you make sure to them to onboard?
Okay, so essentially how the platform is made is I think you saw I've already connected to the wallet, but you can be able to create a wallet using just your Google account, like signing it in with Google, and then on the backend side it just maps you to a wallet, and on the site you just see on your wallet that the amount of tokens you've accrued or the amount of um, money that you have inside the platform. So essentially, even when you're going to market, we are not introducing it as a blockchain company or a blockchain used tool. We essentially, how even the platform we've made it is for people to know that they're just getting a 50% cash reward, and it's going to be in another form of currency that you can be able to transact depending on in any country that you are in, because essentially how it works even with spot pesa in Africa is you can't be able to participate maybe in a lottery or also a gaming bet draw if you are, let's say, in Tanzania and in Kenya. That means because how they do it is they integrate it with mobile money, and different countries in Africa they have different mobile money systems. And for the reason that we've done also with tokens, and we've done it in blockchain, is to ensure any person can be able to contribute to this lottery irrespective of the country that you are in, because essentially we on maybe after a year or 3 months we are going to enroll whereby you can buy that particular LMT token just using your mobile money in different countries. So we've just done a test using Kenya M-Pesa. It's working quite perfectly. So essentially, as a user who doesn't have any knowledge of why am I buying a token or how can I buy a token through a blockchain protocol, they just buy it with a payment provider we have here in Kenya. It's called Paycrest, and they just buy it with their Kenyan shillings through the mobile money, and they just see it on the lottery website after running.
Okay. You mentioned quite a time that like there is a trust issue on like lottery system. Like how do you differentiate yourself to those kind of lottery system, legacy lottery system?
Okay, so one is how the lottery system are made is essentially because they're also using mainstream to announce these winners. So the users never know why were the users also why did they win the ticket? Are they affiliated to any family member? So essentially, with the verifiable aspect of decentralization, they can be able to see all the tokens that have been drawn at a particular second, and they can also see did this person like buy so many tickets and tokens do they have just because they have a decentralized wallet. And they can also be able to see the person who has won that particular ticket, how long have they been within the ecosystem. So the trust is coming to the point of people not trusting. They think within the lottery ecosystem people are doing nepotism, they're doing cultural what do I say they are favoring people that say that they know. So with this, you can be able to see this person is not affiliated to the other person. And we are also trying to do a KYC aspect with SamSub, who SamSub is a decentralized KYC verification company with their target market in Africa, just to ensure if at all we are able to release the name of this person, you can see the wallet that has tagged to this person with their consent, obviously, to how they've been able to win lotteries or also participate in the lottery platform.
Gotcha. I'm not sure if you mentioned this like briefly. My last question is like, do you already have like partnership in place with like local like distributors or telecoms, or if not, or how do you plan to have those kind of connections and partnerships?
So currently we have a partnership with Moja EV, which is e-mobile. They don't do with motorcycles, but they do motorcycles and also cars in the country. Having that the fact we are using the mobile money integration with M-Pesa, it means that we can also be able to send promotional messages to people through that particular integration of payments. Another company we also have is we have a community of motorcycle riders here in Kenya, whereby we've talked to them on how they can be able to be benefited through this, because how it happens is most of them are unbanked, and the way they think they can be able to bank themselves is by multiplying that money through betting companies, which at the end of the day they don't get any impact out of just participating out of a betting company that doesn't even care about them, either give them cash back rewards or also give them something that can fuel them financially as they move on and continue betting.
Thank you so much for filling me up with information. Thanks.
Thank you.
You can move forward.
What's your current traction and GTM strategy?
So currently, we are just having a wait list for the fact that why we are here is we are raising funds to be able to get a motorcycle, because in as much as we've partnered with Moja EV and they've given us a motorcycle, we also have to chip in some funds to be able to acquire that motorcycle that's going to be won after a lottery draw. Currently, we have 100 people in the waitlist who've been testing out how the lottery is functioning on testnet, because next month we also want to go mainnet on the blockchain protocol. How we are going to do it, I've talked about our promotional messages that you're going to do through the mobile integration we have with M-Pesa. We are also going to be talking with the motorcycle community. And we are also going to be going into mainstream media, obviously, with crypto companies like Be in Crypto, Mariblock, and others that we've done some interviews with them just last week, and we'll be unveiling them next week as we move on.
And how does the unit economics work? Like, so if you're raising funds for motorcycles and you already have your own blockchain currency, I guess, right? So how does the unit economics works between like decentralized currency and like a regular currency?
So currently the LMT token is pegged to Kenyan shillings. So one LMT token is equal to one Kenyan shilling. So if at all you do a draw with, let's say we're having 1,000 tickets sold, with each ticket being 0.001 if that's like a dollar, you can be able to have a profit margin, because how we've done it is, how it works is the first prize is going to be 50% of the prize pool, and then the second prize is 30%, and then the third prize is 15%, and then we just retain a 5% in-house just to cover the revenue and also have a profit margin. Also, when you buy the token, you're also going to have a markup of 0.05% when you buy that LMT token using your fiat currency in the country that you are in.
Are you working on the end of like crypto adoption and literacy rate as well? Like I know like crypto adoption rate in Africa is about like 10 to 20%. So, like, do you plan to do anything on that, or like, do you just like heads down on like just 15, trying to capture the 15% capture market itself?
So yes, we are going to do crypto adoption on that. But essentially, how it was worked before is in Africa is people do know about crypto. They've seen it work, but essentially, what has worked is being able to combine the crypto adoption with the traditional market that's there, or the current systems that are already there in the African market. And that's for the same reason of mobile money, because in Kenya, how the mobile money works is through SIM card. So you pay your particular payments through SIM card. The other payments in other countries is through bank payments. So having that traditional system of mobile money and then transitioning to now being able to be onboarded now into a token-based payment system. We are definitely going to be teaching them how that can benefit them for now. But essentially, for how we are looking into the market is essentially they see the use of the crypto or the Web3 adoption market in a use case that they already know, that they already participate in. And then from there, it will be easy for us to tell them, okay, this is how it works. This is how you can benefit from it. If you are interested, this is how you can go to a secondary marketplace. Yeah.
What's the L1 that you guys are based on?
Yeah, so it's an L2. It's called a Lisk. It's built on top of Optimism.
So yeah, it's on like EVM or like Solana, or like what is the L1? L1?
It's an EVM based.
AVM based. And how do you like are you working on like liquidity pools and like Uniswap and like all other like players in the market to ensure that like the currency is tradable and exchangeable?
Yeah. We are doing that currently with Uniswap. We have not finished up on the liquidity pools, but we will be having a liquidity pool that will be on Uniswap.
And in terms of like the L2 security, like how do you guys like do you have like your own bridge, or like is it just like a regular L2, and like how do you ensure that the bridge is secure, and also the like the L2 itself is like secure, like with multiple parties owning the keys, because like that is one sensitive aspect when you're dealing with like your own blockchain like layer.
So currently with Optimism, they have a very high security, having that they do use cryptographic rollups, which people call ZK rollups. So essentially, we've tested out the security, and on the bridging side, you're going to use. We have startups that are already offering bridging like Velodrome. So and Velodrome has like a very high market valuation, and also they have like a very high TVL. So on that, we've tested it out with even the over 30 startups projects that are built on top of Lisk in Africa only. And it hasn't been having any issues, but having that, we've also done a smart contract on our end. We're looking to audit that particular smart contract and ensure there are no loopholes in between.
Okay, that sounds great. One last question. So in terms of like the price itself, like you're basing it, so like why not just like give the L2 tokens that you guys already own for like the price, instead of like going to the traditional route of like motorcycle? Because when you go to like doing something physical, or like physical object, like you are going to do it like KYC, that's gonna lose, that makes you lose the essence of like decentralization or like anonymity. So why do you guys choose the traditional route for like gifting, instead of like just giving them, like maybe if you don't think like your L2 is not up to the play mark where like it's considered as like a significant gift, like maybe give out like an L1 token or like something else, and they could like just later trade it for like something else, instead of like doing KYC and losing the essence, and like tagging the addresses to real users, and bothering about like security aspects as well.
So you can be able to win a motorcycle, and the user can be able to either decide to get the motorcycle or just get the equivalent of the tokens of that motorcycle. because on our site you've seen the particular draw that is going for the motorcycle is priced at 5,000. The reason why we decided to do a motorcycle option was one, we are not just looking to have a lottery that's running without no angle, without no impact, because essentially we've seen how lottery systems can destroy a people's life if they get addicted to it. So we are removing that behavioral of addiction to purpose, and to essentially create a mindset whereby people might think that you have just to bet for your whole life and throw your whole life away. You can get something out of it, and you can use that something to see that this is a motorcycle that you can be able to have financial stability moving forward.
Cool. That sounds cool. I think that's it from me. Really cool idea. Like, hope you guys have like great success.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really cool features you have here. So I just have a quick question around regulations, right? I know you're trying to also incorporate KYC into the app. In most African countries, to my understanding, lottery is for users 18 years above. Do you have like a verification system around that? And secondly, I understand this is a decentralized platform. Most African countries, take for instance, is also looking into policies for cryptocurrency transactions and other blockchain transactions. So are you looking at scaling into or making platform rooms available for when such policies are in place in Kenya also? Yeah.
Yeah. So on the KYC, just to give context with why we went with Samsub. So Samsub is a KYC verification company, and essentially how they verify people is behind their technology. It's a cryptographical tool called ZK proofs. So this is whereby you can be able to prove your particular identity without giving out all of your information. So maybe you can prove that you are 18 years without giving out your passport, without giving your parents' name, all that data that maybe the government always requires for you to be able to be identified as a valid check to be able to be KYC, that is. So essentially with Samsub, we've seen it work also with other companies. They've also worked with OKX if you are into the blockchain sector. Into the KYC verification aspect, and it has worked good. The proof concept of ZK proofs has also worked good, and we believe it's going to also remove the complexities of KYC and also with the clash with the regulation here in Kenya. So moving forward, yes, there is regulation even currently even happening in Kenya currently, whereby they want to tax almost 1% on every transaction that's happening in blockchain. And yes, we are ready to scale on it. We have a lawyer and a legal compliance lawyer currently within our particular startup advising us on how we can be able to work around the aspect of regulations here. But essentially right now it is not that bad. It's good. We've talked with Capital Markets Authority, who are an issuer here in Africa. And essentially how the conversation was, it was like, we are on the right path. We've not yet done anything that could get a trigger into the government or the regulational system going on.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you.
Hey, Bratipah, I don't know if you can hear me, but I just had a question about, like, let's say, how do you plan on building user trust and educate people about the fairness of your blockchain-based lottery as compared to like traditional systems? And also, like, thank you for the detailed answers. It's a really interesting approach. Yeah, I would just love to know more about your plan on building trust and educating people.
Okay, so just to give you context, with also how LuckyMotors started is at first we just thought if we give the users an opportunity for them not to feel like they've always lost in a lottery, and they loved the idea, but then it came to a point whereby they were like, okay, now okay, yeah, we are getting a 50% cashback reward. If I don't get the prize, then okay, I have 50 cashback reward that I can now get it back into maybe buying a ticket within a lottery draw. And essentially, it was a need for the users here who were like, how can I trust you? Okay, yes, you're giving me a cashback reward. And then so what? What about the winners who are going to be announced? What about the ticket draws that you're saying? If you're saying you're going to have 1,000 tickets, how are we going to know that essentially those 1,000 tickets have been sold? So we've done that in the analytics side, whereby our data is on chain, but we also know from a blockchain perspective, data on chain is not readable to everybody. And that's why you've seen also on the dashboard, a user has their own dashboard and an admin has their own dashboard. So we've generally simplified this particular data that a user can see and also an admin can see. But if they ask more, we have a link whereby we can show them now for them to go to the Explorer and the ledger that's happening in the blockchain side. But essentially, they already did ask for it as we were trying to talk with the customers. They were like, we need something that we can see, that we can prove. We don't want words, we want action. And having that, we are able to just do a demo with them and them seeing that, okay, this amount of funds has been removed from this particular token, it has been removed from this other side, and they see it move into this other side. It was essentially a stamp, a rubber stamp to their head that, okay, good, now we can trust, we can see, I think we can try to participate in the lottery.
Got it. Thank you. That's helpful.
Thank you.
Hey, Bratipah, that was a great presentation and great demo, and I really liked when you went into the depth of the nuances. So I just had like a couple of questions. So one is like, what's your like target demographic for this, and what was like the particular reason for like picking like motorcycles and electric vehicles for your like final cash out product?
So why we picked the motorcycle is currently most people who are in between low poverty and middle income side, the first side hustle that they will bump into first is either Uber or motorcycle biking. Here in Africa, most probably, you find even high school dropouts, like 40% of them, the first thing that the hustle that they go to is motorcycles, just because in a particular day, like somebody can make 3,000 Kenyan shillings. That's almost to $20 a day. And if you go to other side hustles, like maybe let's say groceries, you can be able to get like $10. So for the motorcycle is a high demand and a high income based side hustle, and that's why we went into motorcycles. The reason why we also moved into e-mobiles motorcycles is because the there were companies, and also there was at that time that we were starting this company, there was a voluntary act that was happening here in Kenya, whereby they were looking to ensure that they support startups who are spreading or who are also interacting with supporting these voluntary carbon offsets here in Africa. And there was also another law whereby EVs were being, their tax was being removed essentially within Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Uganda and Ghana. So essentially, in terms of profit margin, also in terms of running costs that are going to happen within the lottery system, adding in fact that we also have smart contract automation was increasing the ROI that you're going to get outside of the lottery platform.
Great. Just on the target demographic, I guess you addressed it's about like the lower income and poor people you're trying to address in terms of like them getting onto this platform.
Yes. So they're between ages of 20 to 45.
Okay.
But yeah.
And like, what do you think is like, I know like you have these LMET tokens which like try to bring the users back into the platform, but like what other things like can you like think of, like not like now but like in the future, which you can build, like which would bring the users back into the platform, like even if they don't win anything? Yeah, I just a few thoughts on it.
Yes, so essentially, this is a tryout way on how a lottery can work. When we are presenting it in one of the EV companies, they were asking if we can be like an infrastructure tool or a company that could handle activations that they do, like campaigns that they do. Also, we received also questions from supermarkets, also from even EV cars, them asking if at all we can be the main basis of a startup that will be handling the campaigns that and rewards that are going to be happening when they're trying to introduce either something new in the market or offers or discounts or anything. So maybe when you are moving forward, like after 2 or 3 years, we can create an infrastructure layer of rewards campaigns and also lotteries, whereby we see with companies like Betika and SportPesa, like for the past 6 months, they've been suspended like twice or thrice even for other companies. So we see them like coming into this other side of now understanding, okay, now we need to build up trust to these people. We also need to be smart on our regulation aspect, and you also need to create value than more than just give cash to people and let them dry without anything for them.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you have a lot of clarity in your product, and good luck with it forward.
Thank you so much. Any more questions?
I guess
So
Vinod.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah. So yeah, my question also similar to previous just question only. So apart from what are the marketing strategy you have currently pulled the people from other vendors to your end? Yes, you have told you have explained couple of things, but I want to understand a bit more in elaborate.
Okay. So, market strategies. So we have the promotional messages that you're going to do. We are also going to be doing activations. You're also going to be going into TikTok marketing, which has proven quite the reliable or the fast promotional in terms of social media marketing here in Africa. We are also going to be having these particular lottery draws with conferences that are going to be happening for green impact and sustainability. We are also looking to also get into the green economy here in Africa, in the aspect of these e-mobiles. They're going to be generally also offsetting a certain percentage of carbon in Africa. Yeah, so essentially the market strategy is just to get to people trying to see if the lottery platform is indeed solving the particular problem of trust and accessibility and banking the unbanked inside with the usage of a new payment system, and also seeing that people can be able also to embrace the aspect of green impact through also using e-mobility. And yeah, essentially I think that's like our go-to market strategy, like in the next like 2 to 3 months. Yeah.
Thanks. You are come up with a very nice idea and motto too. So all the best.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Our intern from Venture Miner, Augusto, you can share your question.
So first of all, congratulations on the project. I think you're on the goal to solve transparency problems with lottery and green mobility with the e-scooters, and that's awesome. I had one major question bumping in my head, but you answered it concerning the basically ethical problem with people and gambling, you know. And so giving them the option for the scooter instead of money solves that, especially in third world countries. I'm speaking from Brazil, and we have a major problem in gambling and gamifying lottery. So you basically answered it, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Augusto. And maybe one day we'll come to Brazil. Let's keep in touch.
Sure.
Thank
That
you.
would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bratipah. It was a very, very good presentation. I see that you are presenting another things for Venture Miner. You said that you will follow us, so it's a very cool way to have someone from inside to be cooking something so awesome, helping others, helping the community, seeing a local problem and try to solve with external technology. I guess VibeCode is like a way to get for more people to resolve like internal problems like that. So I admire your courage to enter onto these problems and confront it. So congratulations for it. I'll ask you to wrap up so we can finish with the judges and say our goodbyes to the panel.
Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you for the judges for the questions, and I'll see you later.